can satisfy the expectations of the government and at the same time meet the specifications of the contract.
Right.
Right?
Okay.
Okay. Now, I would urge you to approve our extension of time based on the points that I'm going to present in this talk.
How can you urge us before you say anything? Oh, you urge us already. Ni company mana ni? Company mana ni?
Awang pun saudara.
Okay. So the urge comes at the end. So bottoms up.
Bottoms up is a different meaning.
From bottom up.
Bottoms up.
From bottom up.
From bottom up.
Okay.
The reasons that we are asking for extension of time are three.
Okay.
The first would be to minimize defects on the system during the defect liability period. For example, if we were to rush this job and try to finish it on time, then we would probably...
Okay, wait. Before you go there, you need to tell us what are you asking.
Extension of time.
You know, the exact specification of the extension. How many days? For which part of the project? That kind of specification. No. The specification first, and then the reasons, and then the call to action.
We are asking for an extension of time of 100 days. The reason we are asking for this are three. The first would be to minimize any excessive work or repairs during the defect liability period of 1 year.
Kan?
Would be is the correct word.
Yes.
Kalau kita dah certain kan, these are the three reasons. Kalau kita kata would be, macam dia tak certain lagi.
Repeat your sentence. The one that you have would be.
Can't remember.
What was the sentence?
There are three reasons. The three reasons would be 1, 2, 3.
Boleh. Yes. The three reasons are can. The three reasons would be also can. Okay. The three reasons are. The three reasons would be.
The first reason would be
Would be
to minimize repairs during the defect liability period. For example, if we were not given enough time to complete this project, we might rush and try to complete certain aspects of the job, which might then lead on to more repairs during the defect liability period. Subsequently, the people who are to receive water would not receive the water.
But our consultant, when they do the drawing, the time is sufficient enough for you to complete the job without have to extend the time.
Correct, sir, Mr. Iron Man. But we are presenting some reasons to let you know why we need this extension of time. So, the first reason was that.
But I don't understand why. If you stick to the current schedule, it will lead to more rectification work later. I don't understand this.
The reasons are coming, sir.
Okay.
The reason for this would be we have some issues with the natives. Because where we do the work,
But the natives got nothing to do with the rectification work.
actually the rectification should have been the last, I think. So, because the other reasons should have been in front.
So?
I'll change the sequence.
Okay.
The three reasons. The first reason being, the land that we are laying the pipe, part of it belongs to natives of the state. When the land belongs to natives and JKR and the consultant haven't acquired the land, we are obliged to seek permission from the natives before we go into their land. So some of these natives are giving us a little bit of hard time. So when we presented our work program initially to JKR, we presented this based on the understanding that everything would be okay. But
The land, all the land has
had
already been acquired.
All the land had been acquired. Little did we know that there were some portions of the land that had not been acquired. So when we went into these NCR lands to lay our pipes, it was met with some amount of objection from the locals.
They were upset.
They were upset. They demanded compensation, and they put on a front, so we could not enter their land and lay our pipes.
They barricaded.
They barricaded the area, and they demanded lots of money and compensation, stuff like that. And we thus require some amount of extension of time so that we can go and organize meetings and talks with the longhouse owners to explain to them what this project is all about and how they will benefit at the end of the day.
But why don't you just bulldoze this project? Just
Well, we could do that. We could do that. There have been some people who have done that, but if you look at it, when you just bulldoze through and the locals are not happy and they have a reason to come up and state their stand, it will become a PR issue. It will become a state government issue. And then, for example, the Bakun Dam, the Baram Dam, there have been lots of cases where people have not been happy and the state government was at the receiving end. The natives stated their rights. The work had to stop. So we don't want all these issues.
And
this will.
And also, the foreign press.
The foreign press will come into play, and we will smear our name in the whole worldwide press. So we don't want all this to happen, because at the end of the day, this will cause further delays to our work. Thus, we are seeking that much of extension of time so that we can go and talk to the owners of the longhouse and the residents to solve this problem.
Okay.
Yeah. The second reason would be that excessive rainfall. We have been experiencing some excessive rainfalls during the period which we least expected it to be raining. We have planned the construction of this project based on previous year's rainfall data, but this year rainfall pattern has been very different. The El Nino has come into play, and a lot of weather shifts has taken place. So when heavy rainfall occurs and we are forced to work in the rain, it will cause silting into the river, and downstream population who use the river for water, for their day-to-day water, will be affected. Thus, they might not be very happy, and they might stage a demonstration. So that will also lead to PR issues. On top of that, when we are doing testing, we are dealing with some powerful equipment and incoming current from SESCO, which is the local TNB over in Sarawak.
Yeah, we know. Yeah.
And if we were to do testing during heavy rainfall, thunder and lightning, this would inadvertently cause unsafe conditions on us. There might be some power surges and equipment going bonkers, and end of the day, it might cause death. And when you have death at your workplace, it would lead to a site shutdown.
Stop work
order from authorities like DOSH, and when that happens, your project is going to suffer more delays, probably for another 3 or 4 months while they investigate this whole death. I think this has occurred in Peninsular Malaysia too. So we are asking for an extension of time based on that.
Okay.
Right? So based on these 2 points, the third reason would be that this contract requires certain amount of time to finish, and though we may not be able to finish the total project in that specific time because of the previous reasons, we were not to be given the extension of time and you were to push us to complete within that period,
Yes,
we might be able to do it, but we might have to do work very quickly, and there might be a lot of shabby work. And when work is not done properly, welding is not done well, there will be a lot of tests which fail later on. The joints might be leaking. So during your 1 year defect liability period, you might have a lot of defects to look after, to rectify. And when that happens, the ultimate loss would be the residents who we are supposed to have served water in the first place. And that might become a political issue later, because the residents will definitely complain to their local MPs that they are supposed to get water during the period and they were not given, and so it might become an issue. Thus, we are asking for an extension of time based on that. So, ladies and gentlemen, based on those 3 points,
Let me repeat.
the 3 reasons that we are seeking for extension of time for this project. The first being, the issue of the NCR land.
Okay. Number 2.
The second being working in excessive rainfall.
Okay. Number
And
3.
The third being a lot of defects during the defect liability period.
Therefore,
we urge this committee to approve our extension of time for 100 days for the project.
and by approving this request,
And by approving this request, we will be able to deliver
the project according to the specifications.
project according to specifications and ultimately potable drinking water to the residents who are to get this water in the first place.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.